bitch, I'm flowing straight from the survival scroll.
Yeah. Woo! What's crackin' likein', y'all? That's right, this is Big Snoop Dogg. And I'd like to introduce y'all to my new R&B group. You go by the name of the 9-Inch Dicks. Just the way you like it. The new R&B single of the year. It's called Just the Way You Like It. And we hope you like it. Just the way you like it. Yeah, we put it together for y'all like that there. And hopefully you like it. Yeah. Just the way you like it. Your body, baby. I love you.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Mack Lessons Radio Show. And I'm your host, Mr. Tariq King Flex Nasheed, broadcasting live from Los Angeles. And I'm flowing straight from the Survival Scrolls. Today's show is brought to you by MackLessons.com. That's where you can get the Mack Lessons DVD. It's also brought to you by UnitedPlayersOfAmerica.com, and it's brought to you by Mack Lessons, the DVD, and it's brought to you by The Mack Within, the books, and Player Be Played, the book that you can get on Amazon.com. And we're going to chop up good game today. Now, you guys have to excuse me a little bit. I'm a little bit hoarse today. I'm a little hoarse. Throat issues today, but I'm going to pull it through and keep surviving from the survival scrolls. How's everybody out there in Radio Land doing? Now, in today's show, I'm going to read a couple of emails later on, but I want to address an issue that a lot of people have been emailing me about. And I've been getting a lot of emails. I got a ton of emails today. A lot of my listeners are just fed up with the whole Pearl Jr. thing. A lot of my listeners are complaining to me. They're tired of hearing about Pearl Jr. They're asking me, Tariq, what's with all this stuff about Pearl Jr.? We don't care. And for those of you who don't know, and there's a lot of people who don't know because I've never really discussed Pearl on the show. Pearl is a young lady, she's a woman who wrote a couple of books. She's trying to get some shine. And one of the guys in the Mac Pack, they dug this woman up on MySpace somewhere. I don't know where they found her. And we did like a quote-unquote debate on one of the Mac Packers' shows. And a lot of people are complaining to me that they're just tired of hearing about her. They're tired of hearing her. A lot of the listeners are becoming annoyed. And what's so funny is that she's never been on my show. But yet I do feel responsible a little bit because I attach my name to the whole Pearl Jr. thing. And this is why it has any relevance now. It really doesn't have relevance, but the only reason that people are discussing it is because my name is attached to it. And a lot of cats are doing podcasts and featuring her in interviews. And there was a couple today. I know Telly Mack did one, and there was another one tonight that another cat did. And the listeners are fed up, and I'm kind of fed up too. And the thing that I'm more fed up about is that some of the players out here are taking her too seriously. And for some reason they think, I don't know if they think that I take her seriously, which I don't. See, the reason why I did a little debate with Pearl Jr., and I think this is going to be my last time even talking about it because I've given this woman way too much publicity. This is what a lot of my people are saying, and she's soaking it up. And more, God bless her. I don't have a problem with Pearl Jr. One of the Mac Packers, Creole GQ, he has a show called The G Spot, and I think he did an interview. Somebody did an interview with this woman, and they wanted me to have a debate with her. And I've listened to some of her ideology, and it's just something not to be taken seriously. So I agreed to do a debate with her on Creole GQ's show. And in order to market your shit, you got to make it kind of provocative. You know what I'm saying? With a person like Miss Pearl, you got to mix it up. You can't take her seriously because it'll make your cred look bad for taking somebody like that too seriously. So we got on the show and we mixed it up. We talked shit. We played the dozens because it wasn't a serious debate. And all my cats out there, all my listeners, they kind of know that. But what I don't like, there's a lot of cats who are doing these podcasts who are trying to give this woman and give the debate way too much relevance. And that's a problem. And I know somebody did a show tonight and somebody was like, I think they told somebody to give Tariq a message. Next time you debate Pearl Jr., you got to kind of do your homework. And I'm like, okay, look, let me give some of you cats a message. And I don't want to bore my audience with this because this is like some insider stuff that, amongst guys. But let me give my players out there who are doing podcasts and some friends and some associates who are doing these podcasts and who's featuring women like this and Pearl Jr. in particular. Y'all have to tone that shit down as far as the seriousness of it. You got to project your energy into more serious causes. This woman is not somebody that you have a serious debate with. And some of you cats are really trying to make it more serious than what it is. Tone that shit down. Bring it down 1,000. Let me tell you about me, man. And the reason why a lot of the stuff that I do is very successful, this show is very successful, a lot of people listen to this show. As a matter of fact, if you go to any black message board, you just pick one randomly and just type my name into one of the search engines on the board, you'll find a thread about me and the show on every black message board, even many white ones. That's why I sold a lot of books. I've done good with ratings on television. I do sold out lectures. The reason why is because I respect the audience. And I'm about to give some of you cats some game who's trying to build your shit up. I respect my audience. The audience is more intelligent than people try to make them out to be. So I try to appeal to the intellect level of the audience and the entertainment level of the audience. There's a time and place for everything. It's all about tactfulness, and that's the crux of the show today. It's all about being tactful. So when I'm dealing with my audience, I'm very tactful. I get a vibe and I get a feel of the audience and figure out what they want to hear. And I respect their intelligence. The audience is very smart. So when you get a person like Pearl Jr., now Pearl, for those who don't know, Pearl Jr., she's kind of a quirky female. She has like a lot of crazy ideologies. Pearl Jr. really has no audience. I mean, I don't think anybody's following this woman. So the only reason more than 30 people know of this woman is because of my name being attached to that little debate. So if you're going to debate somebody like that, don't try to fool the audience into making it seem like it's some kind of credible thing you're doing. Don't try to fool the audience into believing that this is like a serious debate. When I did the quote-unquote debate with her, I talked to this woman for like 2 minutes and I realized what she was up to. I didn't take her seriously, and I wasn't going to have a serious debate with her. On my show, people who listen to this show, the Mack Lessons Radio show, there's some days when I am dead serious. There's some days when I'm acting a plumb fool on here. You guys have listened to the show. I play song parodies. I play the dozens. I crack jokes on people, the whole shit. But it's all in love. No, what I don't like, some of these cats out here, some of these other dudes who are doing podcasts, they're trying to make it way more serious than what it is to try to bring credibility to this shit. Saying shit like, well, damn, Tariq, looked like Tariq was getting kind of emotional. Nigga, please. Nobody's getting emotional over Pearl Jr. My audience knows that. Nobody's taking her seriously. I don't take her seriously. You niggas need to stop taking her more serious than she should be taken, basically. And the reason I don't take her seriously, or I didn't take her seriously, I never did, is because she doesn't take herself seriously. And I'm sorry for my listeners. I don't want to harp on this too long. I don't want to bore you guys with all this stuff, but this is for people who they know who I'm talking to. Cats out here know. You know who I'm talking to. You can't take a person like that too seriously. She don't take herself that goddamn seriously. She's in on it. The audience is kind of in on it. So you cats can't be all trying to be like, well, okay, this is, you got to do your homework when you deal with her, and you got to bring, she knows that this woman contradicts herself in every other sentence. And that's cool, because to really mix it up with her, it's good radio. People like to hear shit talking sometimes. And that's all the conversations with her are good for. When you guys are having a so-called serious conversation with this woman, it's boring as shit. Trust me, don't nobody want to hear that shit. I've heard some of these interviews, they're boring as all hell. The audience don't like the shit. And I'm all about making provocative shit. If there's a serious issue, I'll tackle it. I'll handle it in a serious way. Now, we're talking about having a debate with Maxine Waters or having a debate with even Terry McMillan. That's when you bring some seriousness to the table, because these are people who are reputable. These are people who have a track record of doing some reputable shit. You don't have to bring all that so-called seriousness to like some hacky situation. And again, this woman doesn't take herself seriously. She's kind of in on the joke too, fellas. You got to know how to market shit for the public. Please take that shit down a notch. Don't put my name in that shit. Don't let, well, Tariq was upset with her, and Tariq, she made Tariq get upset. Nobody was upset. I have no problem with that woman. I have zero problem with Miss Pearl Jr. I love that woman to death. Not a problem at all. None. It's like some of you cats with these podcasts, it's like a slow news day. When there's a slow news day, you try to make an issue out of a non-issue. You ever look at the news whenever there's a slow news day, and they'll say some shit like, when there's nothing going on in the news, they'll just come up with some shit like, mountain lions, are they a threat to your children? Coming up at 11. You feel what I'm saying? They'll try to make an issue out of a non-issue, and that's what some of you cats are doing, and the audience isn't buying it. So y'all got to step your game up as far as that shit, man. Y'all got to bring some provocative, entertaining podcast if you're going to bring it. And if you're going to have some reputable people on there, have some really reputable people on there. Then you can do your homework. You can bring your A game. Anybody having a serious debate, quote unquote debate, with that woman, Pearl, that's like the Lakers playing the fucking Globetrotters. And then you complaining that Kobe ain't making all the shots, or Kobe ain't bringing his A game. Nigga, you sound crazy. Because everybody on the court is in on it. Even the audience is in on it. So as the announcer, so to speak, you got to be in on it too. You can't really play it straight. You got to be in on the goddamn, the skit, the bit. Like with Creole's show, again, Creole started his show. I wanted to help Creole get his name on the map. I wanted to help his show get some publicity. And I said, look, let's do this interview. We're going to mix it up. Everybody's going to be talking about this interview. Trust me. I told him that before we even got started. So you get out there and you say what people want to hear. You mix it up, you talk shit. That's what I did. I had fun with it. I had a ball doing that. Nobody was mad. I wasn't mad at Pearl Jr. I had no problem with Pearl Jr. I wasn't upset. I'm up here playing the dozens with this woman. At the end of the day, it's all love. So everybody tone all that other shit down. Sorry it's not as serious as you want it to be, but it's just not. Trust me. Y'all got to learn how to be tactful about shit. You know, it's like with Richard Simmons, the so-called fitness guru. Richard Simmons has been around for years. He's been a so-called fitness guru for years. But people don't take him seriously. If a person's really trying to lose weight, who said, okay, let me go get a Richard Simmons DVD? You just don't take Richard Simmons seriously. He's a personality that's fun to kind of fuck with. He's like the butt of jokes. And I'm giving y'all some entertainment game. I'm letting you know how entertainment works so you can entertain your goddamn audience and stop trying to sell your audience on bullshit. Now, when Richard Simmons goes on David Letterman, he's a featured guest on David Letterman a lot. And when he's on David Letterman, people like to watch because David be ripping his ass up. David Letterman be clowning Richard Simmons. Now, if David Letterman had Richard Simmons on the show and tried to have a serious conversation with him, it would be boring as hell. Because the audience is sitting there thinking like, damn, why is he talking to him all serious? Why don't he ask Richard Simmons, why is he wearing a pair of Daisy Dukes? Why don't he ask Richard Simmons why he has on a pink leotard? And that's what David Letterman does. He says shit that the audience is thinking. So when I did the little debate with Pearl, I'm saying shit that the audience is thinking. People don't want to hear that bullshit in a serious manner. It bores people because she knows it's bullshit. The audience knows it's bullshit. They want to hear somebody say, bitch, you crazy. That's what they want to hear. You feel me, players? And again, this woman doesn't take herself too seriously. On the back of her book, you know, she has on a t-shirt with hearts on it. So how serious do you take yourself? And there's all love for her. I got a lot of love for Pearl Jr. I hope that woman is very successful. But y'all need to tone that shit down and don't put my name in that shit and be like, okay, Tariq need to do this. And Tariq, I'm doing fine, man. If I do debates, I've done debates on national television. I've done debates at Ivy League schools with scholars and philosophers, the whole shit. I'm not tripping on no debate with a middle-aged soccer mom who's trying to get some attention. I got bigger fish to fry. It's not that serious to me, fellas. Be tactful with your shit. That's the theme of today, tactfulness. And again, the only reason I'm mentioning it today is because everybody keeps sending me emails complaining about it. And I kind of feel responsible because, again, I lent my name to try to help Creo get his feet wet in the game and try to get some publicity for him to try to mix it up and make it provocative. Now, with that being said, as far as the Mack Pack, because there's a lot of little potentially sly shit going on, not with the Mack Pack per se, but with entities around the Mack Pack. As of today, I'm officially dismantling the Mack Pack. The Mack Pack is officially dismantled of today. There is no Mack Pack today. There's going to be a new Mack Pack. I'm going to reassemble the Mack Pack probably in a month or so, when I really chop up game with cats and feel where they're coming from. Now, with that being said, I'm cool with everybody in the Mack Pack. Now, in the Mack Pack, there's 4 people. There's 4 other people besides myself. There's me, there's Telly Mack, there's Creo GQ, there's The Flash, and there's King Tut. And I'm still cool with all of those brothers. So this isn't a slight to them. We're still cool. We're very cool. None but love for those brothers. And we can still chop it up. We can chop it up on my board. All that shit. We can still chop it up. We're buddies. Everything is cool. But I cannot officially endorse anybody as of this moment because there's a lot of other little shit going on that I don't like. People who are attached to the Mack Pack. The Mack Pack per se, they haven't really done anything, I don't think. But some entities outside of the Mack Pack on the door knocking to get in. Some of the Mack Packers have affiliations with infidels. so to speak. Enemies of the game, so to speak. So in order to rectify it and get to the root of shit, to make sure that there's not a virus that's going to spread, I got to dismantle the whole thing. Because I cannot lend my name to people and I'm not 100 about them. I'm not 100 about their affiliations, because I've built a brand over the years. I've built a very strong brand. So people know whenever I put something out or whenever I do something, it's going to be some top-notch shit. And when I endorse people, you know, that's going to bring a lot of shine to them as well. So I got to pull it back for a minute and really evaluate cats. Now, when I reassemble the Mack Pack, I just might use the same cats and other cats. Because every day I get an email from somebody wanting to be down with the Mack Pack. They want to be an official member of the Mack Pack every single day. Flex, how can I be down? How can I be down? And I'm very particular about having a whole bunch of people down, because if some shit go down, I need to know who specifically to find, who to go to. And this is why, for all you cats out there, all you dozens of cats who want to be down with the Mack Pack, this is the reason why I'm like, okay, you need to wait it out for a minute, man. Let me feel your vibe, and, you know, I'll holler at you when I holler at you. And this is the reason why, because when some slick shit goes down, or some potentially slick shit goes down, you need to be able to quarantine the shit to find out what's what, who's been associating with who, etc. You dig? And what's ironic about this, today there was an article that came out in the USA Voice national newspaper. I know they have a website, usavoice.org. It was an interview I did. I think I did this interview almost a month ago, and it just came out today. And I think you can check it out at usavoice.org. Go to the art section on the website and go to Flowing from the Survivor Scrolls. I think that's the name of the article. And they talk about the podcast. And in the interview, I mentioned the Mack Pack. I named everybody. I mentioned Creole, Telly, Tut, and Flash. So I gave these cats really their first national exposure. And I did this months ago, but it just came out today. So that shows, nigga, when you align yourself with certain people, man, and you get that shine, you get your shit out there like that. But again, because of certain circumstances, I got to break that shit down right now. So again, can't lend my name to anybody. I can't officially endorse anybody right now. But the love is still there. Much love, still there. Now let me read an email real quick. I got an email from a young lady. She didn't want me to use her name. We're going to say her name is Lisa. She sent an email she sent it about an hour ago, actually. She said, Tariq, let me start off by saying I'm a big fan. I listen to the podcast every day, and although I don't always agree, I definitely respect your intelligence. Anyway, I read all your books and refer to Player Be Played on a daily basis. Recently, I started dating a smooth player type of brother. He's 12 years older than me. She's 31. I think he's like 44. He is very respectful to me, fun, very attentive, and very attractive. He never lies about liking his freedom and other women friends, which I completely respect. So he's the true to the game brother. We've been talking for about 2 months, and we have not been intimate yet. He says that he just hasn't met the woman he's willing to give up his bachelor life for yet. I really don't want to waste my time or pussy, as she says, on this dude, as I'm looking for a serious monogamous relationship at this point. So please tell me, how do I operate with a guy like this? Do I stop dating him altogether? Or do I date him? How do I handle it? And I sent her an email back and I asked, okay, is the guy married? And she said, no, he hasn't been married. And according to him, he has no kids. And then she goes on to say, maybe he's gay. Hard to say. I find it strange that a guy who's not married, no kid, he's a super fine bachelor. Why isn't he married? Is something wrong? Now, a lot of ladies, y'all complain about no good men, and you can't find a good man, can't find a decent man. And the problem is, if you do get that brother, that rare brother who has his shit together, nice looking, no kids, all the stuff you ask for, you sabotage it. You second guess the nigga. So you're putting yourself in a lose-lose situation. Some of you women are so used to losing, when you're winning, you don't even know you're winning. Now in this situation, it just sounds like a brother who has his shit together. He's an older brother. He's established. He ain't about no bullshit. He handled his business. And now, in your mind, whatever I call Lisa, her name is Lisa. I just say Lisa. That's not her name, but Lisa. In your mind, you might think this guy is too good for you. That's the problem. A lot of ladies, you get these guys, you're used to dating these losers, and you think you deserve these losers, and then when a fly nigga come in your life, you don't even think you deserve him. You start second guessing it, sabotaging it. Oh, he might be gay, he might be a killer, he might be on drugs, why is he single? Well, shit, every nigga ain't hitched up with a bunch of kids. There's a lot of brothers who have themselves together who ain't been married a million times. Bask in the glory of it. Enjoy it for what it is. Acknowledge that you do deserve better. And step up to the plate and handle that nigga like a true to the game female should handle him. Don't bring that loser baggage into the game, because that will run this nigga off, because you're probably used to dealing with losers, and if you bring that loser baggage to the table, that's going to fuck it all up. And then you're going to go right back to talking about all men ain't shit. This brother clearly has it together. Roll with this brother, see what he's talking about. All right, Lisa?